everyone, HyperAggron here to bring you a Top Tuesday list that isn't primarily about Pokemon. Kind of ironic, isn't it? So today I'm going to tell you guys about my top 5 games for the Nintendo Gamecube. Please remember though, this is just my personal opinion, and if you disagree with me, that's fine. It's not fine, however, if you feel the need to tell me I'm wrong and try arguing with me, because then we'll just get mad at each other for no reason, because opinions are subjective and it's just no fun for anybody involved. Just, respect each other. Alright. Now, on to number 5. My number 5 pick for this list is Super Smash Bros. Melee. I know there are a lot of people who would argue that this is the best game for the Nintendo Gamecube, and the best game in the Smash Bros. Series. I disagree with both those things. And it's my list, so it's at number 5. But it is a really fun game. Between the two of us, my brother and I managed to unlock everything. And my favorite way to play this game, actually, is everybody is Pichu in a mini battle where everyone's like really tiny. So you're already tiny, but then everyone picks the smallest character in the game, and you do it on Temple, the biggest stage in the game, and just trying to discern one yellow dot from the other made it way more fun than a normal match. Because, unfortunately, Melee isn't a game I can play for hours on end without it becoming painfully repetitive. That's why it's my number 5. Number 4. My number 4 pick is Mario Kart Double Dash. This game may just be the best game in the Mario Kart series, in my opinion anyway. I haven't played many Mario Kart games, but of the ones I have played, I prefer this one. The sense of camaraderie this game offers, racing as a team, not a team in the sense of you're racing with 7 other guys against another group of 8, but you actually have 2 people on the same cart, one player unable to win without the other. That makes for a great racing game. Yeah, I know, you can use 2 characters for one person, and you can race on your own, but that's not as fun. I like this game for the co-op. And I did enjoy pissing off my brother by sideswiping at the worst possible moments. You can sideswipe if you're on the back, which I normally was. You can sideswipe to steal items or just hit other racers or move your car over to the side a bit. And if we were like way the fuck ahead of everyone else, which we normally were, I would sideswipe us off the edge of the track, because I could, and we were far enough ahead, didn't matter, we just got mad anyway. Number 3. My number 3 pick is Pokemon Colosseum. And it seems to me that a lot of people don't like this game. It's probably because of the fact that there aren't any wild Pokemon, and that every battle is a double battle. But I personally love double battles. It's my favorite way to battle. It adds an extra element of strategy, which is really fun. Should I use Earthquake or Surf? Is that a risk I'm willing to take? Maybe I should pack more supporting moves like Reflect or Heal Bell. It makes you think more about the battle, and I like that. And the lack of wild Pokemon is also neat. Not because I dislike running into wild Pokemon at the least opportune moments, which I do, but because it's so different. Everything about this game is different. Pokemon Colosseum broke away from the typical Pokemon formula in a big way. And that's why it is so fun. And the story itself is just cool. I think it's just a cool idea in general. And Those are the main reasons why it makes number 3 on my list. Number 2. My number 2 pick for the best Nintendo Gamecube game is Kirby Air Ride. Kirby Air Ride is so high on my list for one reason and one reason only. City Trial. I can and have played Kirby Air Ride's City Trial for hours. My brother and I have spent entire days chasing each other around in the free run mode on City Trial, only taking breaks to get food. But like literally, we spent like 8 hours, not even on the cars, just a pink Kirby and a yellow Kirby running around the city, bopping each other on the head. But yeah, don't get me wrong though, like the air ride mode, like those races are really fun, and the tracks are all pretty cool, but City Trial is better. The top ride mode is crap, but City Trial makes up for it. If my brother, someone with the shortest attention span I have ever seen, can spend 8 or more non-stop hours playing this game, then there's something to be said for this game, I think. Not to mention the fact that it revolves more around the drifting mechanic than actual acceleration. That's pretty neat. I guess I just like games that break the mold. Number 1. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I never said this game didn't include a decent amount of Pokemon, I just said it doesn't revolve around it. XD is my favorite GameCube game because it is such an improvement on the original idea behind Colosseum. I mean, sure, they added some wild Pokemon, so they kind of took away from that. And yeah, it's kind of annoying that the shadow Pokemon run off in the desert if you knock them out, but you do get a chance. You get, like, a second chance. And yeah, the protagonist in this game isn't nearly as cool as the one in Colosseum, but overall, I still think it's a better game. Well, Colosseum is more nostalgic for me, but I'm trying not to include nostalgia in my choice, in my rankings. Yeah, the atmosphere is simultaneously more lighthearted and a lot darker than the previous game. They somehow managed to do that. I don't know how they did it, but they did. With a lot of the music is happy. They got rid of the but they did, and the Pokemon Research Lab and Gadian Port, or Gaten Port, or whatever, are kind of happy. But then there's also stuff like Cypher Key Lair and Citadark Isle, which is really intense. It's dark. And Team Cypher, the coolest and most sinister of any evil organization in the Pokemon universe. I could go on and on about them. They come back better than ever with the ultimate Shadow Pokemon, Shadow Lugia XD001, and shit gets real. The Shadow Pokemon are so much easier to purify too. Thankfully, I'm so glad about that. There are also many new Shadow moves other than just Shadow Rush, like in the first game. And a lot of them are super cool, like Shadow Storm and Shadow Rave. Shadow Storm's actually my favorite. And speaking of Shadow moves, they are also subject to the physical special split. That's right, folks, the physical special split was not introduced in Gen 4, it was introduced in Gen 3. I'm gonna do a little victory dance on that one. Yeah, Gen 3, core Gen 3. Yeah, Shadow Pokemon are just cool. Now, I just want to touch on this a bit, where I'm not generally a big fan of video game music. Most video game music doesn't appeal to me that much. But the music for the Pokemon Research Laboratory from XD manages to get stuck in my head at least once a week. why not give it a listen? Isn't that the catchiest, most innocent tune you've ever heard? Probably not, but that's the only thing I could think of to describe it. And I should probably talk about my honorable mentions too. So, first we have Super Mario Sunshine. This game is really frigging awesome, and my favorite Mario game. It's hard as balls, though. Between me, my brother, my dad, and my cousin, all of us play it, and between the four of us, we still haven't beaten it. Maybe we all just suck. Then they've got Pikmin 2. Much better than Pikmin 1 because there's no time limit. And I don't think I've ever shunned the light of day so absolutely as when I first got this game. I'm serious. An entire week, I only went outside once, and that was just because my family wanted to eat dinner on the back porch because it was summertime. Sunlight. I don't know why people like it. WarioWare Incorporated is another one I would have liked to put on this list because it's random nonsense. It's just a game full of bullshit, and it's really fun. But I don't really like it as much as the others on this list, or even in these mentions, unfortunately. I should also mention Luigi's Mansion. If my brother hadn't sold it before I was able to even get halfway through, it might have made this list. And finally, I have to give a shout out to The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I only just recently picked up this game, and it would probably be at number 5 if I were further into it. It's the only Legend of Zelda game I've played so far that I have enjoyed so much that I couldn't put it down. I'm having so much trouble not playing it. In fact, most of these mentions could easily replace Melee at number 5, but Melee came to my mind first when I was trying to come up with the number 5, so it's number 5. And that's it. This was HyperAggron's top 5 games for the Nintendo Gamecube. See ya!